I wanted people to see that kids know a lot. They experience a lot, they see a lot, and there are kids who really wanted to showcase their ideas and the way they express themselves through fashion, and that's how I did it for myself. And I just really wanted to share that with them, because if I had had this when I was younger, I don't know where I could have gone. I feel like I could be further ahead. And that's weird to say, and it's not that I don't feel like I'm doing my best, or that I'm not working hard enough. I just think that if I had had that support early on, it just would have been, I could have been it could have been even better, even further, even more into my field. And so, yeah, that's what I really wanted to do. I just wanted kids to feel supported in their gender expression and identity, and through creativity and fashion, that's what you do. Like, that's what it is. It's always been, you know? Recently, I had a design assistant, Michael, tell me, Michael, a safe space is not just your responsibility, it's everyone in that safe space. And so having that opportunity to be surrounded by a team that was cultivating a safe space, and then the youth having a safe space, was beautiful. So it wasn't just like how I navigated, it was how I learned how to navigate in a safe space, because I don't think I've truly had a safe space either, you know? So that was beautiful. Through it, no. We've got to be on P's and Q's, so listen to hair and makeup, make sure you are, getting the look done, make sure everything is working. We're all here to help direct. So I want to talk to Ansel real quick, because I need to go over music with you. Other than that, eat your food, rest, drink water. If you want to practice your runway walk while we're here, do that.
And
while
poses, we got mirrors. There's floor-length mirrors in here if you want to stand in front of the mirror, practice poses. Get a buddy, practice poses in front of them. But yeah, get comfortable. This is your space, so let's have fun with it.
Coming in with my experience from not only just going to design school or working with other creatives or other designers, but within the reaches of how I could implement what I do in HAUS, that's how I organize the show. I really want to tell a story. I want people to see the evolution, right? And so, sometimes people, will design a show like, oh, we're gonna have the grand finale, this is the grand finale look. Yes, I think that's important, but it's also important to tell the individualistic story. It's the hair and makeup, it's the music, and then it's the look, and that's how I organize the story. And that's how I kind of move through. I want every little piece of what your vision is to be on display, so that I've missed no marks.
I've always wanted to do a fashion show for a long time.
Now we can just tape it down in place.
Since Aaron came out. And he's always played around with gender fluidity and shopping in the men's department and the women's department. And he always thought it was crazy how things were labeled. And we always said clothes don't care who wears them. And so when I met Michael and he had this whole proposal about fashion, and it just started clicking and falling into place. And it was just like, I've always wanted to do this. And then he had all these ideas and the experience. And so it was born.
Liz, do you think this was good enough? Or do we need another one?
When the very first workshop at FashionSeen, we didn't really know what to expect. We got a good turnout, so I was grateful for that. But some of these kids had no background in fashion or creating anything, sewing, nothing. And so we didn't really know what we were going to get. And it's a lot of work. And so the commitment that it took, the number of hours that it took to not show up at the workshops, but do all the work in between, I was just really, really proud of them for hanging in there and sticking with it.
I'm also not opposed to putting some more chairs on this side.
The kids were able to see themselves within the clothing, and just express who they are. And the cool part about the show, everyone had their own little inspiration. And even though it's like gender affirming, some of the looks were inspired by, you know, Harley Quinn or clowns or, you know, Vivienne Westwood. Like a lot of the looks had a different outlook on fashion, and so it just allowed them to be creative and just live as themselves. And I feel like gender expression is not just a binary, non-binary thing. I think it's an artistic thing, you know?
Congratulations. Thank you. I've already cried.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep crying all night.
I always watch how people navigate their own emotions, right? And there's something to be said when someone is continuously working on themselves. Like I look at that for staff as a whole. And I also understand what it means to work with these youth. And working with these youth brings up a lot of shit. It brings up your inner child. And I think specifically in watching how Gabby have been putting into programming and what Michael had to do personally and professionally, like, I give you big props for that.
I just want to I really want to think about the fact that you're coming up on your year. And the fact that you came in and said, this is what I'm going to do, and now you have this. And the fact that this jumped off immediately. And y'all are already planning for next year.
It's unreal.
It's always nice to hear when someone sees you and what you're doing. Because as much as the kids need that, everybody does. And so it's nice to be seen for the work that I'm doing. It's also hard to absorb because, in my mind, I'm on to the next. Okay, there's more. And so it's hard to kind of settle in those moments and really be like, okay, we did that. And I did that, but it's encouraging. And it definitely makes me want to do more. Bigger and better.
Maybe we look at this as literally the opening for the year, right? This is our first big event. We've had smaller ones, but maybe we use this to jump off the year.
Yeah.
Because right after this, we're going into May, into June, into July.
Yeah.
Move in August.
Yeah. And even October with homecoming and all the things.
We had a ritual. Okay, Michael and I love Diet Coke. We need a sponsorship, by the way. So Diet Coke, Coca-Cola, if you're listening. And so afterwards, we would go through the McDonald's drive-thru, and we would get our Diet Coke with light ice. Michael's is no ice, and then a saucy Big Mac with extra sauce. And we would sit in the parking lot and just eat and then giggle and laugh and plan more about FashionSeen. And it just felt so good that you didn't want the moment to end. And it's moments like that where I really try to be present, because there's so many times where we just move on to the next. And it's okay, we check that box, that's good, go home. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be this, revel in that moment and feel.
Every time I step into a space when I'm working with models or designers or whatever, I want them to know first and foremost, I'm here to support. RJ, I'm here to support you. I'm here to support your vision. Liz. And the emotion aspect is natural because we all are emotional beings. And so it's not about coddling. It's not about making excuses for anyone. It's not about that. It's about you in a leadership position, allowing others to exist and being able to support and move them through it. So if you're, stuck in a design process, I'm going to give you the knowledge that I have. If you're stuck on a sewing project, I'm going to give you the knowledge that I have. If you're I don't know who to reach out to for hair and makeup, I'm going to connect you with who I know. And so even the music, I was like looking at music and I was like, okay, this is what I found for you. Please tell me what you like. Of course, the kids could tell me the music they wanted, but I was like, okay, what does this feel right to you?
Madeline, I had this song. Have you heard Monster Mash? Yeah. Do you like that song or do you hate it? You like it? That's the one I chose for your runway. I thought it kind of went well. Is that good? Okay. How do you feel? Does it feel good? You want them to be longer? You said you wanted them past the knee. How much longer? Yeah, I was like, at this point, they're about to be capris.
That to me is like true support, right? Because it's not about me at this point. It's about, okay, what can I do to offer this support in this space, right? And I think emotionally, you know, sometimes we get flustered, we get caught up. We're like, oh, we need to do this, and this. But if you're able to like start from the beginning and say, you know, this is our timeline, maneuver how you have to maneuver and be patient with the people who are within that realm, you're able to have a successful event or show or project, right? Because you're not constraining anything. You're saying, okay, this is where we're at. This is what we have. Can we do this? Will this work for you? All right, if that's what we're doing, let's move forward.
We're trying to have Jure kind of announce the designers as they come out. So I'm like writing their name and then the inspiration for their look so that it kind of like gives the audience a idea of what the look that, you know, what they're looking at. Can I print that?
Are y'all good? All right, we got 2 hours till showtime.
When I saw them doing the walkthrough, that's when I think it really began to hit me, like how much work they did with this moment meant.
I love it.
And I was just so proud because I have a kid in the program, but they're all my kids.
Good?
And
you look good.
I definitely felt like a proud mama bear, like to all of them.
Maddie, do you need anything? All right, you feeling ready? Okay, are your looks hanging up? Do they need to be steamed or anything? Okay. Do you need to steam your look? Is everything hanging up and ready to go? Okay, we're gonna do another run through in about 24 minutes.
I know how they started. I know that some of them were scared to walk. Some of them didn't want to model their clothes at first. And to watch them put on their looks and be so proud. And I loved how each walk was like individualized. It was personalized to them. And to watch like their poses and just how they were just so feeling themselves and in their skin, like it was a very, very proud moment for me. So I couldn't wipe the smile off my face, but I tried.
What's going on? Yes. Oh, no, there's not timestamps. It's just that certain songs had specific lyrics that we had to move. So I put your song, it was A Little Dark Age by MGMT. So you have that. Is that okay? Yeah. Is that good? Yeah, I just wanted okay, yeah, no. I was just making sure I wanted to talk to all of the designers that I didn't get to hear from, you know?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
A complete different face look.
On the second look.
And where in the second?
And then in the second look, like near the end. So I can move them. So they're at the end of the show. Yeah. Okay. So like they are gonna be number 4 in the first set. So that should give enough time between intermission and then the first 2 categories.
Okay.
To get,
Gotcha.
Okay.
Doors open at 2, show starts at 3.
Yes.
We're gonna start with a video and then kind of go into the,
Intermission. Okay. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself because it just calms me
Are you
down.
typing it all up?
Yeah, I'm like, so I can have Dre do the inspired by blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just emailing that to
And like
Mariah.
the intermission, can you also type in for them to just announce like, go get a drink, go to the table for YouthSeen stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see you in 30 minutes.
I know like it feels like the world does not want to, but there are so many people that want to be there and support you and love you and move you through And I know sometimes it gets really tough. You know, we all have been through it, but just know that we all truly care. We truly care about you. We really want you to do well. It has been so amazing to work with all of you, and it's been such a dream of mine. Thank you. To just show you how much you deserve and how cool you are. You know, and excuse my language, bleep it out. Y'all are badass. Like, I really, truly believe in y'all, and thank you so much for allowing me to teach y'all. It really has been an honor for me. Okay, I love it. Now, enough of that.
It's been like a rebirthing for me too. And I think I'm rediscovering myself through YouthSeen and parts of myself that as an adult, like you kind of tuck away and you just start paying bills and not discovering yourself and like learning more about yourself. And I think here, like I'm able to push myself. There aren't limits and boundaries, so to speak. Like there's no cap and no limit on what I can do. And that's something that I feel like I didn't think I would have the opportunity to do. And it's rewarding. Like I walk away feeling like I'm truly having an impact on the world and in people's lives. And when I see parents walk away feeling like that relief of my child's safe, my child has a place, it keeps me going every single day. And I just can't turn it off either. Like it's something that I'm so passionate about. Like even at night, like I'll wake up and like, oh, write that down because we got to implement that, or that's a new program, or like it just, the floodgates have opened and I can't turn it off.
Well, I'm glad that I'm able to be a part of something where kids are starting out younger. That way I feel like they're going to be more self-assured. And I think that that's what we're missing in general when it comes to kids, especially queer and trans kids, that there isn't this understanding that this is how this child expresses themselves now. They're going to grow into who they want to become, and then they'll continue becoming. And so if you start when they're able to just express and not have limitations, they're able to self-actualize. And so I really wish that I had had that outlet or opportunity. I just had to make them for myself. People don't understand how much of a battle it is sometimes to walk out of your front door. And I can only imagine what the kids are going through now, especially with legislation and everything that's happening. So I'm forever grateful and thankful. I'm truly a blessed human being, and I'm a better human being because of it. And being able to see that, you know what, Michael, everything you said you were going to do, you can do. And you can really help people. And you're not alone, you know? I hope that people really see this and realize just how valuable it is to care for another person, regardless.
this is exactly what I want to be doing and where I want to be. And this is like part of my legacy, my love letter to the world.